What is going on, guys? Youngster J-Bar here, bringing you another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle, and today I've got a great X and Y Wi-Fi battle against a guy called Chris, aka the Poke Nuzlocke HD. He's a very good YouTuber. Be sure to definitely go check him out. I will leave a link to his channel in the description. And basically by the name of his title, he does do a lot of LPs, you know, a lot of Nuzlocke runs. So, you know, if that's the sort of thing that you like watching, then you know, definitely drop by his channel. But either way, today I've got a great, very narrow, down to the wire Pokemon battle for you guys to watch and for me to narrate for you all. I'm actually using a fairly more offensive team than I do normally run, although I do have the you know, the very solid core Rotom Wash and the Ferrothorn, as well as that bulky Excadrill, you know, with my sweepers mainly in the form of the Latios Pinsir and Infernape, although the Pinsir, you know, there's something did kind of go wrong with him, and I'll get that into the battle. Whilst we look at his team, and his team does look pretty threatening, although he does have the Flareon in there, which is, you know, kind of lesser used, but that thing is got, you know, a scary 130 base attack stat, as well as access to Flare Blitz now in the 6th generation. And as well as that, you know, he does seem like he has the Mega Venusaur, as well as the Crawdon and the Landorus T that definitely seem like they could be problems if they you know, if they weren't really dealt with. And, you know, looking at leads for this guy, I definitely didn't really want to lead off with my Choice Scarf Inflate, just in case he did lead off with his Landorus T. He would have been able to outspeed me, I do believe. If I think he might have been Jolly, he might have been able to outspeed me. So, you know, predicting him to lead off with his Landorus to get that Intimidate off and to be able to U-turn out if the matchup is unfavourable, I do decide to lead off with my Rotom Wash. So anyway, that's enough for me pre-match narrating, and let's go ahead and get this battle started. So, as I said, you know, predicting him to lead off with the Landorus T, I do decide to lead off with my Calgon, and that's exactly what happens. And, you know, this puts me in a very favourable matchup, because I know that this Landorus cannot do jack shit against me, even if he does get an Intimidate off me. You know, Rotom Washes are more specially oriented, and the way he hard switches out there kind of tells me this guy isn't Choice Scarfed, and in fact he might be Choice Banded instead, you know, fearing me to be Choice Scarfed myself. But, you know, either way, I do predict the switch out very nicely, and I am able to get a Will-O-Wisp on the incoming Venusaur, the big old T Bigums. And, you know, that's very nice, because if this guy, you know, is his Mega, which he does show me now going for the Mega Evolution, as I do switch out into my Ferrothorn, if he is the physical variant, I've, you know, crippled his physical attack stat significantly, meaning this guy, you know, is pretty much rendered useless. But, you know, after he does go for the Mega Evolution, he is going to show to me that he is the special based one, and he does actually carry the Giga Drain, telling me this is probably more bulky set, as opposed to having something like Energy Ball that does hit for harder damage. But anyway, you know, he knows that he can't really do shit against me, as well as being burned. So I am going to predict him to switch out now, which does allow me to get a free turn to set up my Stealth Rocks. You know, my entry hazards will be fairly useful, as it does hit super effective against the Flareon, as well as the Landorus T and the Mandibuzz. So I do get to set up my Stealth Rocks, as his Guts gets activated with the Toxic Orb item. And now this guy has got a base 130 attack stat and his Guts boosted. I'm pretty goddamn scared, so I decided to switch out into my Calgon, because I figured this is probably the best thing, you know, to try and take care of him. But just looking from that direction, no, Flame Charge is not a very powerful move, and that does way too much damage, as he does get the speed boost. And, you know, I just don't have anything to be able to, you know, take a hit from this thing, as he goes for the Guts boosted Facade, and it just straight up takes out my Rotom Wash. You know, I was like unbelieved. You know, I could not believe, you know, how much power that guy has. I mean, Rotom Wash is pretty goddamn bulky, but, you know, either way, my Rotom Wash does go down to that Guts boosted Facade. But I do manage to get the safe switch into my Pinsir. I decide not to go for Mega Evolution this turn, and I can just OHKO him with the Earthquake, because I do outspeed even with him at +1 speed. And after OHKOing him, before I get the Mega Evolution off, I am able then to activate my Moxie boost, put myself at +1 attack. And, you know, I kind of made, like, possibly the greatest misplay before I even started this battle, and that was because I forgot to take off the Soothe Belt and put on the Pinsir, meaning that, you know, I can't actually get the Mega Pinsir. So I go for the return. The return still does do, you know, a fair bit of damage. I don't actually carry X-Scissor on this guy either. So, you know, I basically kind of want to just, you know, see how many sword stances I can set up before I can hit him in the face with a return. And that's kind of what happens. He's going to, you know, realizes that I don't actually have the Mega Stone on my Pinsir, and that I can't really do shit against them. He is going to go for the Defog and get rid of them entry hazards that I did set up. And after setting up 2 lots of sword stances, put myself up to +5 attack, there's no way I'm going to be able to live a foul play from that thing. So, you know, it's kind of unfortunate on my half just because I didn't have the pincer right on my pincer. Otherwise, this battle could have been, you know, a lot different with getting a pretty good sweep with Mega Pincer. But either way, you know, my pincer is going to die there, but it does give me a safe switch into my Latios. And, you know, I am actually an Assault Vest Latios, but he doesn't know that, and I like trying to play the fact that I am actually Choice Scarfed. So I go for the T-Bolt, the safe T-Bolt on his, onto his Mandibuzz. And even if he did bring in the Landorus T, they would be in a great situation to be able to go for the Ice Beam, as I know that he isn't most likely Choice Scarf. But either way, I am going to keep playing on the fact that I am Choice Scarf. So I switch out into my Excadrill, as he makes a very good play and goes for the Fire Punch, probably predicting the Ferrothorn more than the Excadrill, but still does a lot of damage against my Excadrill. And here I know that he doesn't want to take an Earthquake, so I'm going to pull a very good double switch back out into my Latios, you know, predicting him to go out into his Landorus T, and that's exactly what happens. I know that with his Landorus T out in the field, I can safely go for that Ice Beam, as he, you know, is still probably thinking I'm Choice Scarfed, or choiced in some sort of way. You know, he's basically just going to leave his Landorus in to die, and I wasn't too sure if that was one of the better plays that this guy has. Maybe he just didn't know that I had the Psyshock, and he didn't know I had the Ice Beam, was predicting to take a Psyshock. But no, I do carry the Ice Beam for situations like this, as well as being against the, you know, the ever defensive Gliscor. But either way, you know, his Landorus is going to die. And he switches back out into his Tyranitar, and you know, I know that he isn't going to go for the Fire Punch again because that was too much of an obvious play, so I am going to make again a very nice switch and switch out into my Ferrothorn, as I easily take that crunch. And right here now, Ferrothorn's residuals are just too much. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to get one single attack off against this guy. As you can see, that Rocky Helmet and Iron Barb's recoil damage has already taken a clean 25% off this Tyranitar, and even after going for the Fire Punch, I still live that with 13 HP, and he has to, you know, he has to go through another pain-inducing round of Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet damage. And you know, that's just not enough residuals for me. I think this guy wants to get Leech Seeded, and the residuals, again, just too much. They're stacking up against his Tyranitar, and the odds are, you know, completely in my favour now, as he is Leech Seeded. That does allow me to get enough HP back up to be able to live an Earthquake from this guy now. He doesn't want to go for the physical contact to move. I live that with 1 HP, guys, and I'm then able to get the Thunder Wave off. I think about now, I probably should have just gone for the Power Whip, but I was kind of half predicting him to either switch out or do something else. But either way, this guy is going to be slower than me now, so I am able to kill him off on the following turn with the Power Whip. So Ferrothorn putting in a lot of work there. The residuals that this guy carries are just too much to the playing field. You know, I could even have Toxic on this guy instead of the T-Wave, but you know, that I think the residuals there are just beyond a joke at that point. But either way, I do decide to let my Ferrothorn die at this point, and it actually does, you know, probably more damage to my opponent than it does actually do to me losing my Ferrothorn, as again he has to endure another round of Rocky Helmet and Iron Barb's damage, as well as his own Life Orb recoil. And already, you know, this Crawdor is sat, you know, around 65-70% health, and he's only just, you know, attacked my Ferrothorn. So either way, I do go out into my Choice Scarf Infinite, because I don't really have much to be able to take on this to take on the Crawdor, and I am just going to go for the safe close combat, predicting him to just, you know, clean up the game there with the Aqua Jet. But he kind of tells me by switching out that he isn't actually carrying the Aqua Jet on my Crawdor. He is most likely the Dragon Dancing, Waterfall knockoff, and Filler Move maybe. I'm not too sure. I was kind of quite surprised this guy didn't actually carry the Aqua Jet. But you know, either way, I am able to get a close combat off on the Mandibuzz, who is easily going to be able to get his HP back up after the Roost. And I kind of go into my my Molink here kind of as Death Fodder, because he's pretty much useless now against his remaining 3 Pokemon, the Mandibuzz, the Mega Venusaur, and of course the Crawdor. So I kind of just go for the Shadow Claw just to try and get as much damage off. There's nothing I can really do against that guy, as he does end up killing me on the following turn with the Foul Play. So, however, that does allow me now to get a safe switch into my Latios, and I know that from that amount of HP I should be able to take a Foul Play. I mean, I am timid natured with I think I have 0 attack IVs, meaning that this Foul Play isn't going to be doing much against me, but it still does a lot of damage. And again, I live that with just like a slither of health, and I'm able to get the 2-hit KO on the Mandibuzz with the Thunderbolt. So Latios definitely putting in a bit of work there, being able to clean up that Mandibuzz, who's definitely a very hard defensive Pokemon to try and take down. And this is where if his Crawdor did have the Aqua Jet, I don't know whether he misclicked or whatever, but you know, if he had the Aqua Jet here, he would have been able to kill out my Latios, but instead I do get the KO onto him. And right now I do decide to reveal that I am not actually Choice Scarf, and that I am actually Assault Vest, and I am able to switch up moves and go for the Psyshock on the Venusaur. It's going to hit hard, but it still isn't enough to take down the Mega Venusaur, because you know, Mega Venusaurs are pretty goddamn bulky, and he is able to kill me off with the Giga Drain, but after the amount of health he gets back, and after the final turn of burn damage, I should just be able to come in and finish off this Mega Venusaur with my Caesar, you know, my Choice Scarf Infinite, cleaning up them late games, like he always does, like he has done for the past God knows how many videos on my channel now. So again, that is a very, very narrow 1-0 victory in my favour, again against Chris, aka Pokenuzlocke. Definitely be sure to go check him out. If he did have the Aqua Jet on his Crawdor, I think the match outcome could have been a lot different. So either way, my name is Youngster JPal. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you like what you're seeing. I am uploading every single day for you guys now. I'm definitely getting some brand new Pokemon to try out over this next weekend as well. I take battles over Skype or over Twitter, so if you see me looking for a battle on either of them social networking sites. But either way, my name is Youngster JPal. Like, subscribe, favourite, comment, all that good shit. And until tomorrow's upload, I will see you next time.